Good morning.
Bueno.
How are you guys doing? Before we introduce our co-host today, sound a little. Ooh, nice. We're back. Another episode. Today we have a good friend of ours, longtime friend of ours now, which is kind of crazy now.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
BK the God.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Thanks for
good.
pulling
How
up.
are you? How are you
Good.
guys doing? Good to see you.
Likewise.
Good to be on your guys' side.
Yep.
How
What
you-
brings you out west?
Just hanging out, soaking up the last bit of summer. It's nice,
Nice.
and hot out here
Yeah,
still.
you got the heat wave.
I got the heat wave. Brought the heat wave with me, I guess.
Yeah.
Just hanging out, like eating at some good spots, seeing some friends. Regular LA shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
chilling. Yeah, because it was funny when you hit me on Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, you hit me Friday and you're like, you're gonna be at the shop. I was just like, what? I just seen you outside Supreme yesterday.
Yeah, it's like the Thursday thing is just always, right? Like
Yeah.
outside Supreme. Probably the same thing here, but it's like just like congregational in New York. It's just like you want to see people you haven't seen in a while. The season's like still new, fresh, dunk drop, so people are going to be out there.
How was that?
It's kind of the same thing now always, you know? It's like not much has changed since you guys left. It's same people. It's not like anybody's like coming out of the store and putting dunks on and, trying to flex like the new dunks that we've driven the price down to basically retail within an hour of release. So it kind of, like it loses its luster fast. Like it's cool to see it coming out. It's cool to see them doing things that feel more like Supreme, like the skate brand. But at least in New York, the people that are mainly at the store are not the most interested in collecting or, being fascinated by the product.
Yeah, I mean, they are literally $200 right now or less now.
Yeah, I mean, but, it's like, even when they do something that's really good, like these dunks there's a good colorway. The green ones are good. Obviously, with this whole regional dunk release thing, they made the green one, a little bit less obtainable for
The
people
that
over
want it.
here. So, I'm not going to go out of my way to like buy a dunk for way over retail now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just like kind of.
You're just
Yeah.
like, eh.
Yeah.
I feel like now it's more of like, how you said, just go hang out, see people you haven't seen in a
Yeah,
bit.
it's cool to go out there. You can always grab something from someone out there. It's like you don't even really need to go in the store anymore.
Yeah, somebody does you a favor. Just like, let me get it.
Yeah, it's different. It's so different than how it used to be. It was like a, rat race to get in the store. There was like way less organization.
Back in the day, it was like a race who could have it first. Who can make that post first?
I see. That's like a couple generations down from what I would consider like what the rat race originally was based on, which I think you guys can definitely, like agree with. Is it was kind of like more personal. Like when something was coming out and you knew you wanted it, you just wanted to have it for yourself. Like
Yeah.
like
pre-social media.
social media, because we've all been into it before, Instagram came around. Even on like the forums, like nobody really was posting in like the thing that came out that day or the next day or anything.
So you just went and get it and you had it.
I felt like the mark of a real collector was like somebody that popped out and like things that kind of like coincided from like season to season. And then you put it together like 2 or 3 seasons down.
Yeah.
I
know what you mean. Like, for example, one of the items that I don't think was like super gassed up pre-Instagram era was that leopard jacket that we always talk about.
The M51.
Yeah, bro. Like
that
I
had
remember
like all the bags and everything.
Yes, when
Sure.
you would see that jacket, you'd be like, "Oh, this guy knows what he's doing."
Yeah, that's just like some of that real like, whoa, this guy's like a core supreme collector, like because it's a military jacket.
Yeah.
It's not really hyped,
Yeah.
right? But it's
It was-
kind of like one of those if you know things.
Yeah.
So many people, crazy people, wore that jacket.
Yeah.
Not crazy people, but so many celebrities wore that jacket.
Yeah. It was such a good jacket. And same thing, like that was one of those jackets where like I saw somebody wearing it. I was like, this jacket's sick as fuck. Because I think I've had it once in my life.
I just sold that jacket maybe earlier this year, I think, to one of my friends that lives here in NorCal. Just guys that I met like through the forums. Just now that jacket's not like,
Insane.
you can't really
Coveted.
debate. I mean, you could debate the price, but you know, like everything from that era that's kind of something like that kind of has like a window price, right? Like,
Yeah.
and if it's one of your friends, what are you going to try to bang one of your friends over the head for something that, if I came in here with the leopard jacket, you'd be like, I'd probably buy it for myself, but like, you're not going to put it out in the shelf over there.
Yeah. Or if you do put it out, you have to put it out for a price for somebody that's been looking for it.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, yeah. Now, it's funny that you say about like meeting new people, because I feel like Supreme did that. Like obviously back in the day, like you met people regional and different places in America or even the world because you're just like into Supreme. 'Cause of all
Oh,
the
sure.
forums.
Some of my best friends here in California are guys that, are guys that I met through the Supreme game, and like pre, social media, pre Instagram, like guys who are in Facebook groups or guys who are on other forums. They would come out to New York. I would come out here. We would all link up, basically to go to Supreme.
Yeah. Because of Supreme.
And then, of course,
And then-
like I'm out here. They take me to, do things that they do. Aside from that,
Yeah.
they come to New York.
You show them around.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like the bond is definitely. It was a brand that friendships were formed over.
Yeah.
I'm sure
And
friendships are lost over also.
Yeah,
but-
a little bit of both. I mean, that's the cool thing about like streetwear and sneakers. I feel like that people don't give it enough credit about like how it builds friendships and stuff like that. Because even like when I first moved to New York, it was funny just seeing all the people like Instagram era that I would see on Instagram, like the Shadies of the world, I would just be like, oh, this is this person. Oh, this is I remember I met Lou the Don, and for some reason, I thought Lou was going to be like the most intimidating person in the world, just based how he was on social media at that time.
Yeah.
And I met him, and I was like, well, this is the nicest guy in the fucking world.
Oh, and somebody who has been around that scene, like both scenes, like sneakers and streetwear, because even in New York, you can separate those two scenes. There are plenty of guys that were into sneakers that were never going to Supreme.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of kids that were into Supreme that were never spending the type of money that it cost to buy new sneakers in that era when shit was way harder to get, way more limited, way more hyped up. So, and it's funny because when the Instagram era started, and I feel like a couple people saw the New York sphere get hot, because I'll really kind of, like give it like credit, give the credit to it was a worldwide kind of movement that like really set off like the Instagram era.
Yeah.
And then, once it boiled down to that generation of, and definitely being a part of it, you wanted to be the person who got something first, to post it first, to rock it first, whatever the case may be. You saw these guys in the UK, they were kind of like, like forming groups, sticking together, kind of like, so I feel like in New York, that was already like, like the resell trend was already starting to boom. So I feel like there was like a group of guys that we were like, yo, like the common goal here is to be like part of a group that's known for like getting stuff first, rocking it first, versus just like posting it like flat lay product photos. Anybody could do that. But if you like got it in the morning and then had your whole like fit planned out to get your post up at a certain time, it's just an interesting dynamic to see brought to that part of the game. Like,
And it was always funny seeing it like at certain times, because obviously London than you guys than
Right.
the West Coast.
Yeah, you're basically waking up in the morning, and comparison is the thief
Bro,
of
literally,
joy
it's
for
just going
sure.
like this,
So it's
yeah.
like you're seeing this shit in the UK. You're like, oh man, like I can't wait for 11 o'clock to
Yeah.
roll around. Like so we get like our shot,
Yeah.
like kind of thing. And once it got like into a big thing where it was like the feed was just like all
this, yeah.
so like you really wanted to be a part of it, right? Because
What era was that?
This was like
that's like 2017 2018.
And then for context, you were a fan of BK before you guys even.
No, I
wasn't-
wouldn't say a fan.
I knew
No
about
way.
him because of that.
Bris is not a fan of anybody.
But so
hates everybody.
so the thing about it is like me and Tim, we would take like essentially the troll version of their pictures.
Absolutely.
So I'm telling you, you see it from London. You saw like all the basement guys and like any like streetwear kid in London posting their Paris. Then it would go to New York, and then the New York guys would do it, and you would see his were like probably the best ones because I think Shady would shoot them, and I remember it was
They were
just like
crispy shots.
it was like shot by Shady, and then BK with his like no
Yeah, we
face,
had a
no
game
case.
plan. We had a game
Bro, that
plan.
shit was so funny. So then we would get the product at 11 here, which was like 2
3
o'clock.
hours, yeah.
So then me and Tim were like, man, fuck this shit. And we would twin. And we would like essentially take their picture the worst way possible.
just like in the back
Just in
counter
the back
at
of
round two, basically, yeah.
And then we would post it. And then me and Tim kind of created this like little hype at round 2. But it was mainly because of round 2 of like, oh, these guys always twin the pictures. And anything that they would do, we would just take it. And we just,
Did you know that, BK?
Oh yeah, isn't there like the one with Los that looks just like one of the photo tees?
Oh yeah. So then we made that's a whole different thing, bro. But yeah,
shit
so
was
then
funny.
me and Los took that picture, the Los is Rich picture, and we made the.
It was like basically a Supreme photo
yeah,
tee
bro,
ripoff. Yeah, it was,
I-
it was. Yeah, like it's funny because it's funny to hear it from your perspective like that because the era before that, I feel like it was so frowned upon to be that guy who was like wearing the shit the same day or even the day after, like I said. So once it got to that era and, your friends are looking out for you, but I was basically like always like the oldest person in this. And also I feel like definitely like the most like self-aware when it came to what we were posting and shit like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I know I have to do this, but it is not my favorite thing to do. Like,
But
it's like everyone else is doing it. This is what's moving the needle. This is what's now we're in the resale era. So like, most of these guys are buying shit just to wear it, just to flex it. And then like,
Flipping it.
kind of generate that
brand.
motion to sell it. I wasn't even like selling most of this shit. I'm like, all right, like let me wear this thing like one time and then like put it away. Until,
I remember
like,
your tubs.
Yeah.
Your tubs of Supreme, bro.
I've got like maybe like 3 or 4
I
of
remember-
those tubs left. And finally I don't like live inside my own storage unit
That shit was
anymore, which
funny.
is great. But I'll never forget the first time Russo came to my house after the, what's that store called again? The Pro Cell pop-up. And I was like, yeah, like, yo, come through, like, buy some shit, like, And he was telling me, he's like, yeah, I've seen your page. The shit that you sell, the price that you sell it for, like, we could still make money on that, definitely in LA. I'm like, yeah, bro.
You're like, sure, go ahead.
Whatever,
Yeah.
pull up.
Oh, this guy comes to my house. He's like, oh, wow. He's like, yeah, maybe you just want to like work at the store and like bring in like.
Wait, so that's how that happened?
Yeah,
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Because there was too much shit.
Yeah.
There was too much shit, bro. Tubs, like tubs, like
he had done a couple buyouts and people were like, yeah, like, yo, this dude came to my crib and gave me like $12,000. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh
because I remember
fuck, I'm
he
trying
bought
to sell North Faces to this guy for like $5K. Like he's gonna need the checkbook if he comes to my crib. So he came over. He's like, yeah, I don't think I could do this right now. Maybe you just work at the store and you bring
flooded
in
in
like
slowly. Yeah.
yeah, which is great because shout out to you, Bris, for having to put up with my shit and buy all of the bullshit that I wanted to sell.
All right, one more question. When you saw that there were like like doing the same pics? Like, how'd you take that? Did you take offense to it, or you're like, oh shit?
No, I would always see these guys because I really like the LA scene. Like I never, I would admittedly hate on like some of the other scenes because I definitely thought that, you know, like New York was kind of like the pioneer situation. But the LA scene, I already had friends here by the time like round 2 was here. Like I already knew Jeff. I already was doing business with Jeff. Like I already seen all the riff shit. So it's like, you know, like I'm like, yo, like these guys actually like got like sick gear. Dre, sick gear, you know, like it's kind of different. So I you know, like to me, I already understood the parody because I was like, yo, like these other scenes are like trying to take this shit seriously, but it feels like parody to me.
Yeah, and then
I feel like New York is kind of like the core like collectors scene, and then LA is just like a cool scene. Like, you know, like a lot of the guys from New York that I always thought were really cool that fucked with Preem, they came out here. They kind of, you know, like worked at the store and were like became like LA guys and shit like that. So I never really like thought too deeply into like looking at the LA scene or what like guys were posting. Like I feel like by the time the LA shit was going on, like we were already like done with our day almost. It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. We had been standing outside since like 7, 8 a.m. Like
that's literally how it was. We would see all the pictures and we'd just be like, all right, whatever's hot today, just put it on and take a twin picture and post it.
It's sick for you guys because you guys are just sitting in the back around too, like waiting for it to come to you, kind of.
That's literally how it was.
We're in New York, like basically following these vans of security guards around so we could sign up.
Oh, I remember hearing all that shit.
Oh yeah, like yo, some of these resellers were like unloading like vans of people. Like yo, get in line, like you know, like dude, like I would be like, whoa.
I just showed him the video when we were at round 2, and then Mars and everybody, they're inside the store. And out of nowhere, they get a call saying, like, yo, this shit's releasing right now, like, restock. And then they all get in Mars's van, like, 20 deep, and stuff the van, and then they take off.
And they'll stop on the corner if they see somebody that they think is viable and possibly be able to get them another pair of whatever's coming out. Like, yo, get in the van. Like, it's just, those guys, the hustle, I've never really seen it out here. Every time I see, like, some hyped up shit out here, like, there's usually, like, a line, like, that's, like, seems kind of more passive than New York, like a little more like everybody knows that they're going to get like something. So like everybody's kind of chill. But in New York, I mean.
Well, that's why over there you guys were chasing vans and here is first come, first serve because it was way more calm.
Yeah. I mean, there was no way they could have done a first come, first serve situation in New York at a time when
it was peak.
Like I said, like, you know, these guys weren't there to like collect Supreme. You know, they're not like, man, I really hope I get this box logo in the color that I want it in my size. So, you know, like, no. It's like, I need 10 box logos. I need these sizes, these colors. I need to fill these orders. It's like.
Yeah. Like I just recently posted on our TikTok of me buying, I think, a Magneto box logo. And he paid what, $136, and he flipped it to $750. So the fact that you could walk out of Supreme and make $600 like that is insane.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So think about the competition being like, all right, I need to get as many box logos because this is $600 a pop.
Oh yeah, these guys are making $6,000 in a day.
Yeah,
or more.
They can make their month.
Some of these guys are making crazy money.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Bro, I remember. Yeah.
So yeah, it's.
But also, I feel like over there, they kind of knew how to, like, make the situation work for them. Like, for example, there was times where, like, we would overspend at round 2, and then, like, Lou or Dre would come in, and they would have so much premium. I'm like, bro, I can't take it no more. And they'd be like, can I just trade it for something? Hit up their clientele and be like, my clientele wants this. I could sell this for cash. Here's some trade. So they always knew how to work. Like, they knew, like, how to go around there. Be like, all right, I'm going to start posting shit that you guys have. So they would be hanging outside round 2 and just literally the whole day. It was like that. It was either Prima or round 2.
I think the sneaker game in New York is way deeper than Supreme obviously has been around since the mid 90s, but it doesn't have the same like overall relevance as like the sneaker game.
No, yeah.
Because in the deepest, darkest parts of New York, like these kids that have never worn Supreme or Bape or anything like that, these kids all got like the newest Jordans, no matter what, you know?
Yeah.
And like everyone in the fam's got like the newest Jordan. Like Pops just goes to the store and he buys, you know, his shorty a pair. He buys all 3 of his kids pairs of, you know, and everybody takes like, you know, like the Christmas pick and like the, you know, the family Jordan of whatever, you know, that year or that model. The sneaker game in New York is just, I think that's really like Supreme is you know, like it's like has a lot of crossover. You got, you know, sneaker guys, you got art guys, you got skateboarding guys, all these different, but the sneaker game is just like everyone.
Yeah, it's a universal.
It doesn't even, you know, like there's just, you can't even really compare it to anywhere else, I don't think.
No, yeah, no.
I don't know personally because I haven't been everywhere and I haven't seen every sneaker scene, but I mean, the early pairs, you know, like the guys who get size runs of early pairs, and this is forever, you know, the samples, the guys who, you know, like rest in peace, like Clark Kent, that guy just built like this, like whole part of his legacy on being this sneaker guru, god, just idol, like, you know, other guys who were like part of his crew that just were always wearing like crazy sneakers and just always had all types of crazy sneakers, like not just like Air Force Ones and Jordans, but like Air Forces, Air Maxes, Jordans,
Sauconys, Asics.
Just every like some of these guys got like Ewing collections that are just fucking insane. Like they're probably not worth anything now, but still like in a time and a place, like you know, like the sneaker game there is just so universal. It's from kids all the way up to adults. You know, even like senior citizens.
No, yeah, we would see that thing
Older guys
around
wearing crazy fucking sneakers. Yeah. So it's like the sneaker game, when you really break it down out there, is like another thing where there are so many different stores.
Like, you remember Howard from round 2, the older guy?
Yeah,
from the LES. He always had the Jordans early, like a day, because it's like his store had like would give them to him because he's been probably shopping for them forever. Yeah, and he would always come in. He's like, "Oh, they only had this size. Can I swap it?" And Howard, you wouldn't expect that he was a sneakerhead, but he had every crazy.
See,
thing.
That's the thing, is like you can't even pin somebody for being or not being a sneakerhead in New York. It's just everyone could be a sneakerhead. Yeah, and people have crazy shoes there, man. Like. Probably some of the most insane sneaker collections that are like genuine sneaker collectors, not guys that just like got into the game and just started buying every shoe that, you know, somebody told them was cool. Like guys that actually have like real interest, and it's not even like, you know, like they collect like just one thing. Some of these guys, they collect, like everything. I said, so many things. It's crazy. Some of the shoes that, you know, these guys have kept over the years too. You guys know because you guys wear like a lot of good, what I'll call like vintage shoes now, because some of the Dunks that, you know, we're wearing now are 20 years old. It's basically vintage, right? Like, so, you know, when you see other guys with stuff like that, you're like, oh wow, like, yo, this guy knows what's up. You know, this guy like wears like cool shit. So.
And I feel like that's the thing out there where it's like people know they're going to be on the streets, and so they're always going to like try to have a fresh
especially like guys that don't drive, you know, like you're going to be seen in your sneakers all the time. Yeah. So whenever you go out, you're like, all right, I got to put on some shit that people are going to be like, yo.
Yeah, nice shoes.
Tough.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if you know you're going somewhere, you know.
Yeah. It's the best in New York too, when it's like you see so many people. You know, like when shit was like hot and like you wanted to be the guy like repping shit first, is hilarious to see like everybody wearing like the same shoe at one time. Like
Off-White collection, that was insane, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. The first 10?
Just like what a time,
Yeah.
right? Like in New York especially too, like the whole
The Wall Street
activation
one.
on
Yeah.
Wall Street, go in there. Some people figured out how to get pairs of ones, some people figured out how to get pairs of Vapor Maxes and Prestos.
That was my first weekend in New York, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember just seeing that, and I was just like, holy shit. It's
I remember
different out
coming
here.
out of the first weekend with a pair of Chicago's, and it's like you felt like you won something.
Oh, yeah. Bro, when, so I had landed, and Orlando was already out there. And I asked him, like, yo, get me a Chicago and a Presto. That's all I want.
He's like, no problem. Just give me like 10 bands and I got you.
No, bro. Actually, he gave me the Presto for 4, which is steel now, and then the ones for like 800 steel.
That's not bad. Yeah.
So I paid like 12-ish for everything. And I remember he brought them to the apartment. And bro, when he brought them to me again, I felt like I won something. Like
Absolutely.
I felt like I hit the lottery. And I held when I
Absolutely.
posted them, and because I thought it was the coolest because New York got them first. So when I posted them, I was like, oh, everybody around is gonna be pissed.
Oh, sure, yeah. Everybody all over the world is going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Like, New York set the tone for that first release on some really crazy shit. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like those Chicago ones, like, the first day were like a couple $1,000s. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that
like,
first day, and then it's funny because I clearly remember that market. The first day they were like 15-ish, almost 2. Then the stores got them, like the Empty Gallery, Kith.
I got my pair at Dover.
And I remember Russo clearly. We were buying them for $700 a pop, and we were listing them for like 1,011. And at the end of the day, any pairs that would sit, Russo would be like, "Oh, you could buy them for 8." I'm like, "All right, bet." So I kept buying every pair that we had left over for $800, and
Good stock.
and just stocking them up. And then when they went to 2,500, I sold them.
Sure.
But I
and
just
they got even crazier than that, like
Yeah.
way crazier
Yeah.
than that.
Because even I remember Blazers were like 350, Air Forces were 350.
Bro, I remember when they came out at Wall Street and people were getting Vapor Maxes and Prestos. I swear that at like Flight Club, the listings were almost $2K for those shoes.
I believe
for
it.
Vapor Maxes and Prestos. They're like $1,800 for Vapor Maxes for sure, something like that. $1,600, whatever. It's like $160 shoe.
Yeah, because that was the hub. Literally
Yeah.
the first place that got them. And
So it's, you know, and if you're making that, if you're selling it, if you're clearing that,
Yeah.
you know, if you're 10xing your money like that on one pair of sneakers, like where else can you do that? You know,
Yeah.
it's like New York just, it's like New York. It was crazy when New York was setting the price on the sneaker market,
Yeah.
when everything was getting released there first, when there was not as much accessibility to, you know, like the apps and
Yeah.
so many resale stores. I really felt like New York was setting the price on every hype sneaker that came out over all of these time periods, from as early as like, man, like even like Supreme Red Dunks in 2012. Stuff like that. Just random runners that came out after that. All the Flyknits, all the Footscapes, all of those shoes. I just felt like through Flight Club in New York, like they were setting like a price for some of these sneakers. I was just like, wow, like.
yeah, because we would, at Riff, we would look at Flight Club.
Yeah.
We would
Sure.
literally get a shoe and be like, all right, let's see what Flight Club has it at.
Yeah.
And have like $50 on their Flight Club and then
Sure.
put it out.
I mean, these guys, like, you know, they're getting like Milan Flyknit runners. They're spending like crazy money. And years later, I was seeing those shoes for thousands upon thousands of dollars because they're just so rare.
Yeah, I
but
remember.
even in, you know, even in a time when you could probably, if you had a friend in Europe and they knew what was up, you could get the shoe for maybe like 100 over because nobody really cared. But you bring it to New York and you're selling it for like 500 over that or 600 over that.
I remember all the
'cause-
HTM stuff. I was just
Exactly.
like, bro, like,
HTM Kobe's.
yeah.
Crazy money.
There was no other hubs to sell it through too. Like there obviously there was no.
I remember when they were
specs or any of
getting,
that
when
shit.
they were releasing the HTM Kobe's at Mercer.
Yeah.
And people were going crazy for them. And just, you know, like that era is just like, you know,
Yeah, it was insane.
I don't know if Nike could really do that again.
It's just so hard now, I would say.
Yeah. It's definitely hard to try to recreate something. I think like trying to like recreate a whole era like that though, and just recreate that hype is like probably impossible.
No, it is, because it for sure peaked, and it was just like we saw it all happen without like even noticing, because we were just genuinely into it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at some shoes now, like how we were talking the other day, and I'm like, yo, like nobody is gonna buy this shoe from you.
Yeah, that's true.
And it sucks because you're like, man, like this shoe was so hyped up, like this was so hard to get.
Yeah,
I mean, the Galaxy phone's a perfect example of that. They don't even sell like that now. They
they're
have a good
$300.
one. Yeah, and they're chilling.
Yeah.
$2,000 shoe.
The only market that seems to like kind of like have like a seller sets the price is kind of like the old SB market. It's weird how it fluctuates because I watch it a lot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm like, yo, let me sell all these fucking shoes. And sometimes I'm like, why would I sell these? This is like the last,
Yeah.
you know, like this is the last thing that I have to like really hold on to. Some Jordans, but
And the thing with SBs, they're not retroing. So
yeah. So it's like, I'm like, so I look and I'm like, oh, wow, yo, this shoe's fucking expensive and it's nowhere to be found. You know?
Yeah.
I sold a pair of Uyghur Dunks,
how much?
$800 a few weeks ago.
I don't remember the last time I saw Uyghur in person, so probably that's why.
Not even that, but the kid hit me up. He's like, yo, I had them listed at $1,000 because I just was like, yo, like I looked at StockX and I saw that they were listed for like some crazy amount of money in like a small size.
Yeah.
So I got like worn a couple times, size 12. I put it up for $1,000. This kid hits me up. He's like, man, I remember these from high school, this and that. I would love to get a pair again. The material's so premium. I'm like, yeah, man, like, yo, if you buy them today, I'll give them to you for $800. And he even said, he's like, man, it's crazy that like I'm actually sitting here debating spending $800 on these.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I mean,
You're
have
not
you
gonna find
thought
them.
about
Yeah.
buying any other shoes that are like this recently? He's like, nah, man, when you posted these, it just like kind of like hit me like, yo, like this is like a crazy time like
It is.
for him. So he bought the pair of shoes. And I even kind of like felt bad because I'm like, damn, I can't believe this guy just spent this money on a black and white dunk. You know, it's like the black and white dunk glove.
With the W.
Yeah, with the little trident at the
Yeah.
W, whatever it is. Yeah.
It's a PE, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a SBPE, definitely.
That's a question. So, taking it back to round two, how was the dynamic when you guys started working with each other? When you're like, oh shit, BK, the guy's gonna start working here.
No, they were probably like,
Let me tell you something
I'm
about
telling
that
you.
first staff, bro.
Let me
That-
tell you something
that-
about
that first staff, I feel like
Oh.
Russo, like, again, I had nothing. I had
Russo
no,
was like, yo, how can we
he
make
assembled the Instagram
crazy.
Avengers, bro.
Instagram.
How though? Who's
Like-
the Instagram
Well, like
Avengers?
I remember. I don't know if you remember. There was a meeting where I tweaked, and because I was mad, bro. So he had like you, Tyler, Caveman.
I guess Tyler really like.
So he had all these
he's
people.
popping on Instagram for
no,
sure.
but I'm saying
Yeah.
it was just like people with followers and blah blah blah. And it was crazy because I remember I don't know who it was that day.
All I remember is the first time walking in and seeing Theo, and I had met Theo a couple of times through like other friends groups that were like
Right.
ASAP adjacent and like shit
I
like
feel-
that. I'm like, oh, this guy's sick. Like, I'm psyched I'm gonna be working here with this guy. And then everyone else besides Caveman, I was just like, I'd never met Souza before. Like, I had never met Juwan had come from like Chicago or
Yeah,
something.
But yeah, so I don't know how Russo. Again, I just got there and I fucking dealt with this staff. And
Bris
I-
is like, we've been trolling this guy
No,
in
not
the back
even that.
around too for 2 years, and now he's gonna work here. What the fuck?
And I felt like I would tell people like, yo, like do this, and they would give me faces like fuck you telling me for? Like, what are you telling me what to do? And I was
I
like,
tried to be a good
And then
employee.
And I remember that first staff meeting, and I remember I was like, I don't give a fuck how many followers you guys have. I was like, you guys lose the followers as soon as you guys walk in that fucking door. And literally everybody started dropping like flies. Like literally everybody just kept leaving.
Do you remember that, BK?
Oh yeah, yo, it's even funny because because even before that, when we got sent here to
bro,
LA,
I've never seen no shit like that, bro.
they got sent here to LA. Who was the kid that did all the? Not kid, but Graham was like, he met us at the crib in the morning. He's like, yo, we're gonna film this whole thing, like going to the store.
Right.
And me and Cave are like fucking around because, you know, like we're just, you know, whatever. And we get out of the car and you know, like it's like, you know, like it's like jokes to like me and Cave, and there's like some crazy pop-up going on.
The Logan Paul one.
And
bro, across the street from
and Graham's like standing next to me. He's like, "What's going on here?" I'm like, "Oh, this isn't the Supreme line or some shit like that." Whatever. And whatever, like, you know, we go in the store. We do this whole thing where we like introduce ourselves, and then like Sean like comes into the middle, like on his whatever the guy from The Walking Dead is that like fucking like runs the biker gang, like he's like holding his baseball bat basically, and he's like, "I don't give a fuck about this. I don't give a fuck about that. Whatever, you know, this store is," and I'm like, yo, like, yeah, like it's like, yeah, like, yo, you know, like it was like,
these guys are real deal.
it's like, yo, like these guys are running the business. They obviously see the potential in their business. They see what someone like me could bring to their business. And I was like, all right, you know, like fucking, I'm not gonna like be joking around or whatever. And it is funny because, you know, like, we did our time at the store, whatever. And then I remember when we were over at the vintage store, Itai came over there. And these guys all at the vintage store were like, "We know you're definitely not, you know, going to be the guy giving any vintage advice or, you know, anything like that." So I remember like in the middle of the day, Itai's like, "Yo, you want to go to this dispensary with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here." So day one, I was definitely like, you know, tapped in. I'm like going to the gallery, like, all right, yo, like, you know, like you share your knowledge, you know, like, bro, what are they going to tell me about what I'm going to sell in the store that I don't know about, you know?
Yeah.
They had no idea I was going to go into the store and just like start cutting deals left and right on shit. I'm just like, yo, we're here to sell shit, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's what I do. But, you know, like the seriousness, I understood it. Obviously, they're running the business. Yeah, when Bris got to New York, I'm like, all right, you know, like they definitely want like someone besides one of the owners, like their own LA guys, like here, like kind of like setting the tone. And then when DC showed up, like shortly after that, I'm like, yeah, they're definitely getting sick of us for sure. Like they're definitely just gonna try to basically like fucking make this like a little bit more structured, because we were fucking around a lot. Like, you guys definitely had no idea you were signing up for the BK and Mark fucking
just everybody.
Sitcom, you know?
It's just like people talking, bro.
Yeah. They'd be like, yo, you two have to do something. We'd be like, oh, yeah, you guys are right, actually. Like, we probably should stop just fucking sitting here and going back and forth about absolutely nothing. Some very interesting prices were set by, like, the round two ethos, for sure. Mm-hmm. There were so many things that you guys figured out how to drive the price up on.
Box logos. That happened.
I don't know if you get credit for box logos.
I think once the gallery opened, that fucked up the game. Like people seeing those prices. Cause I remember I went in there.
I think the allure
Yeah.
brought by the YouTube channel and what was shown, I think it definitely amped the situation.
Like
because
I've never seen like people wild out like that when we were open our front door. Like I remember working the register, and I hated working the register. But sometimes when like Sean or Russo were there and I couldn't buy, they just put me at the register. And the Supreme rack was at the register in LA. And we would put out steals and then everything, and there would be a line. And so we didn't do what we do here, where we go out there and ask you, like, hey, what are you here for? Here we do that. There's a line, and we'll be like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
So people basically, if they're first and they know something is there, you were giving, like, it wasn't like some Easter egg shit where they had to find it.
No,
you'd be like, okay.
Here, we fixed that. Over there around two, bro, I remember the rack's right there. I'm sitting at the register, and we didn't ask people what they wanted. We just knew that they were here for all our steals. We'd open the door. They'd run in, bro. Run in, go to the Supreme rack, start looking for the tees. I remember one time I saw Proxy, this kid picked up a shirt, and Proxy snatched it from him. And I was just like, and Sean was just like, it's his shirt. But so here, I hated that you could have a kid putting in fucking 5 a.m.
It's crazy. People lining up to fucking
and
buy
then, so
a
here, if
used
somebody comes,
t-shirt like that.
if somebody comes, I fixed it in New York too. Like in New York, after a year or two, once like the store was fully like, I would say in my like control, we would go do that. We'd be like, hey, what are you here for? Because I was just like, bro, it's not fair to like make them go look for it. And then let's say you come at 10 and the kid at 5 a.m. and you know you're like, all right, this shit's on this section. I'm going to go grab it.
Yeah.
And just like somebody bully ball them, like, all right, I'm a.
Because that shit would happen so many times where like the kid at 5 a.m. wouldn't get his shirt and would be like, fuck. And I'd be like, that's the way they wanted it, so we can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean, but they also, you know, they really dug out like their whole own section of the game, like
100%.
round
bro.
two,
That
just
shit's
in
insane.
general.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like when this guy was at my crib, I'm like, you know, thinking to myself, like, I'm hearing about other people getting these cash outs, this and that, and I'm already like, man, like I feel like, you know, I could sell so much shit at that store. Because I remember coming to LA when Russo was like, yo, like, work at the store, this and that. And then they sent us here. And that was the first time that I went to the store here in LA. And I was like looking through the Preem tees, like the first day that were in the main store. I'm like, whoa, like some of these Preem tees that, they're good t-shirts, you know, like obviously like they didn't get into the era of making just like whatever t-shirt they just thought up, kind of like good t-shirts, but they were like 200, 220, 250. I'm like looking at like yo, I'll never forget, I seen the
Well, Michael Jackson tees were 150 all day at round two, which is insane.
I mean, not, but there were like older tees that I definitely had, like Pedro Bell tees and shit like that. That are, I mean, I don't know how long they're sitting there for because it's the first time I went in the store, but just to see them on a clothing rack with a price tag of 150, 200 bucks on it or something like that, I'm like, shit, I'm fucking trying to sell these tees on IG for like 75, 80 bucks. No wonder this dude is just like, yo, bring all your shit to the store. Sell it to us for what you want to sell it for on IG.
Yeah.
I didn't care, bro. You know, like I was like, yo, like let me just like get a fucking, you know, it was easy for me to get a new pair of sneakers by trading in 5 or 6 t-shirts that I had been holding on to that I don't care about anymore because I got 500 more t-shirts to go through.
With round two, one of the biggest credits that I'll give them, like forever, they built the store up to like where kids just wanted to say they bought this Preem shirt at round two. So they didn't, like it was their own market in a way.
Oh yeah, people wanted to be on the show.
Yeah.
People wanted to be affiliated with the brand. I mean, look how many people just would come to the store just to fucking hang out.
Yeah.
Facts.
And it's crazy because, you know, like, especially you two, because you two are, you know, huge people. So these people are coming to the store every day to chill. You guys are just like, what the fuck, man? Like, don't you guys, like, got anything better to do than, like, come hang out where I work?
Luckily for us, at round two New York, we had the back room. Because we'd literally be like, yo, bro, just go to the back and we'd close the door. Do whatever the fuck you want back here.
Yeah.
That was the cool thing. Yeah, because that shit, there was times where there was like 15, 20 people back there just
Easily.
hanging out, and I'll just be like, bro, what the
Easily.
fuck?
Just chilling.
Some of Soho's most elite socialites
Bro.
now.
Yeah, literally, I remember.
Like the
There's a
back
club
of
on-
round two, like bred like some of the most, you know, interesting relationships that have panned into businesses and, you know, getting people into different social settings and
That's fair.
different groups.
Yeah, I always think of it. It was a good time. Yeah, I never. I've literally, when people ask me around too, I'm like, bro, I have nothing bad to say.
The
about
new
that.
version of that in New York now, I feel, is like Stussy.
Yeah.
I went over there for the first time the other day, and like so many people from so many different walks of life that I've met,
Just hanging out.
so many different avenues. No, working there.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's. I'm like, whoa, like all of you guys work here. That's crazy. Like I know this person from this person from that. So it's just like, you know, like really cool to see shit like that.
No, yeah,
That's good.
and
And it's a
especially-
bunch of New Yorkers too, so you love that. You know, it's like
That was another good thing about round 2 is the mix of people that were hired. Like it wasn't all just the same type of person. Like
Definitely not.
Yeah,
Definitely
so-
not. Diversity there was fucking one of the best parts of working there. I mean, you know, at the beginning, I felt like it was really funny, right? Because it was like so many chippy people, like personalities clashing left and right.
Bro, I remember like the fights, like not the fights, like the arguments for no fucking reason. Like I remember the funniest one was probably Dima and Souza. These guys, oh my god, bro! Over at Cactus Plant Air Force 2020, so Dima calls me. I think I was like in London or something. He calls me. He's like, "Yo, boss, I just got these Cactus Plant Air Forces."
You do a great Dima impersonation. You sound somewhere between like somebody who works in a basement and Eeyore.
I mean, that literally, bro. I remember that's what Souza would call him. Oh my god, bro. So whatever. So he calls me. He's just like, it's a 9.5, and he was just like, but Souza wants it. And I clearly, I think I started that feud without even knowing. I tell him like, no, fuck that. We need to put that out, like, because we're probably the first to have that shoe. So he doesn't. He tells Souza no, but I don't think he probably didn't tell him that Bris said no. Like he just tells him no. He puts it out.
Does a little chuckle afterwards,
yeah.
gasses it a little bit, gets Souza real nice and pissed off. Yeah.
Bro, I hated working Saturdays for like a month because they wouldn't talk.
See, I think that's great.
Not talking. Souza would literally call him a bitch. Like, he'd be like, man, fuck you, bitch. Like,
I love that.
and I'll just be like, hey, bro, come on, bro, just let it go. It's fucking shoe.
No. Souza's unk. You got to remember
Yeah.
that.
I play FIFA with him every night, bro.
Yeah.
So I know.
So you know, there's no talking
it's
to
just
him.
like though. I think about it now, and I'm just like, bro, all these feuds, like we had so many feuds at round 2, like
Definitely.
it was just like literally its own little drama in there, where I'd just be like, what's the point, bro? Like,
I'll never forget. I was, me and Russo were out to like maybe we like went to go get lunch or something. We were eating somewhere, and he was like, yo, so like, you know, like maybe he was doing like these little like how was like the first week type of thing with everyone or some shit. He's like, this and that. So like, how's it going? You know, this and that. Like, oh, pretty good, you know. And you know, you joke about certain shit, and then it's like, you know, you're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Or something. So we're like, you know, it's basically like got a couple bets going on who's gonna quit first, you know, like shit like that. He's like, oh, okay, you know. Like,
I
so
think
it's just
you
like
guys hit the Tyler one in the head. I remember at Russo, I think he had told me he was like, Tyler's gonna quit.
Theo
first.
still owes me $100 from that. Me and Theo were talking about that shit the night before it happened.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were
day.
closing up, and I forget what was going on or something. I was like,
And that was
I
the
don't
funniest thing
think they're
about
coming back
everything,
tomorrow.
like when you would literally see like it get affected and then shut down. That I would see it in the back counter because you could just see who was like, all right, who wants to be here, who doesn't want to be here. Yeah,
but it's working retail too,
it's
you
just
know? Like, what were these guys thinking hiring? I mean, who knows what the SOP is now for how they hire people in Chicago, right? Like, you know, what you walk into round 2 with a resume, like you could basically probably get a job there if you have like enough retail experience because they're just looking for like good retail employees.
yeah, no, but yeah, it was
Back
just like,
then, you know, like they curated like kind of like a feel in LA. They obviously had a wide cast of characters down in Virginia.
yeah.
So they're just like, yo, we got to do the same thing with New York,
Yeah.
you know? Like we got to just
I think
get
that's
like,
what it was too.
Yeah,
just like,
1,000%.
I remember even like me and Russo, we didn't talk for like 3 months because he smoked weed in the apartment and I cooked meat in the apartment. So it was just like he was vegan. So anytime I would cook meat, bro, that fool would just be talking.
Bro,
he literally be
those
talking,
Russo in New York dinners, like, yo, let's go here. I'm like, bro, this shit sucks, man.
and then he would be smoking weed, and then for worse, I'm like so like isolated. He would invite the whole staff.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
We're all smoking weed in the
and then
living
I'm,
room
like,
that's
literally
like
shut-
10 by 10 feet, and Bris's room is like right off of like the living room. So he's just probably sitting in there like fucking writing in his fucking diary, like, yo, I'm gonna kill Souza first, then BK.
Bro, I literally
Finally make my way down to Russo. Finally.
walk. So we would all walk together, and I just go shut my door, and then me and Russo got into this big feud in the apartment over like the weed and the meat. Pause.
It's a crazy. It's a crazy fucking.
And bro, I remember Russo took it a step further and he started trolling me. He got all these stickers about like saving the animals and he started putting them all over the apartment, like a little chicken saying like, "Don't cook me," like bro, literally like. And I just walk in and I'll be like, "Bro, this like he means it." And I remember I can't even say it, but we got into this like huge argument, and he pretty much just blamed like everybody dying because of me. I don't know. He went hardcore, and I was like, bro, you know what? I can't win this argument. I was like, you win, and I stopped cooking it.
Yeah, you let him win that argument.
Yeah.
Now the guy lives on
Because
a farm, so
like
it's like
because like
he really set him up for success. He really put the battery in his back.
The thing that he said to me that night, I was just like, yeah, there's no way I could win this argument. Like there is literally no way. Like you're insane, and I was just like, all right, cool, you win.
All those guys were on like this like crazy vegan tear then.
Okay, you remember the vegan tear that, and then some of the employees wanted to like kiss their ass so much that they started turning vegan themselves, and I was like,
bro, do you remember when we went to the dinner at Crossroads and I showed up because I
went to the dinner.
Oh, I showed up with a Snapple and Sean's like, you can't come in here with that. I'm like,
I remember the Russo dinners though that were
Snapple's not vegan, obviously.
Vegan.
I guess.
Russo was super. One thing I did like, he's like he wanted employees to like hang out, like that was his thing. So he would invite us to dinners. And they invite the whole staff, but we'd obviously have to go somewhere vegan. I was like, all right, bro, fuck. And some of the food there, I was like, bro, shit sucks. Like,
yo, terrible, man.
Food, bro.
Terrible. Yeah. This guy was taking me to places in New York I never even heard of before in my life. He's like, yeah, you never been to this spot? It's a vegetable bar. I'm like, what the fuck?
And this is my boss. So at that point, I'm just like, he's like, oh, how do you think? I'm like, oh, it's whatever, bro.
I'll just get a chopped cheese on the way home.
I just get something on the way home. Yeah, I just stop by for a slice. But
that's how you fell in love with like all those random delis in the LES that you're like, yeah, bro, this is the best. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you're like, yeah, it's open till 3 a.m.
I remember I asked him about cats, and he's like, don't fucking go there. And I was just like, I want to try it, bro. I just moved here. Like, everybody told me to go try cats, you know?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Right there,
yeah,
too.
take him over there, get him an order of French fries, tell him to chill out, you know? It's like
having to hide like me eating was funny, bro. Like that to me, I was like, why the fuck did I do that? I should have told this for the whole
This is
day.
news to me that you were even, I guess you were just cooking in the apartment out of spite at that point. You're just like, yo, let me just cook a fucking hamburger in a pan. Like, no, like.
Yeah.
Just to like get the aroma going in here. It was, yo, that apartment though, that was like a hilarious situation. I couldn't wrap my head around
The round two house.
people who were like living in New York that would be like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go live over at the crib. I'm like,
bro, oh my god.
You have your own crib.
So I remember, okay, no, so let me tell you something. That was it.
Why do you want to live with the people you work with?
That shit had me hot, because I was there and I was like, again, I've always been the same, just like, yo, I don't want to talk to nobody, I just want to be alone. Russo's friends before I moved there were so used to staying there for free. On the couch, on the floor, anything. I remember, oh my God, I remember seeing his friends, like Russo was already gone. He went to go open Miami. And I remember his friends posted up at the porch, and I was like, they want to go upstairs to the fucking apartment. And I was just like, I'm going to just keep walking. And I kept walking, and I was like, bro, I have to wait.
For them to leave.
To leave, because they want me to be like, oh, Russo said I can stay. And Russo probably did tell him, like, because it was Russo's house, bro. Like, but I was just like, bro, like, there's no way. Like, I can't do this, bro. Like, I don't even really know these people.
Bris crashed out so hard on this that this man literally got, like, the most expensive apartment that you could get south of 14th Street and just lived at, like, the top of this building with, like, no windows that opened or anything like that in total isolation. He's like, finally.
But, yeah, I just remember sometimes I would have to stay out till 10 p.m. because I was like, and then I remember be getting calls from like random numbers. I guess Russo would just forward my number, and I would just be, I'm not answering.
Yo, what's up, Bris? This is Russo's boy. Trying to sleep in your bed tonight.
I remember when I first got there was somebody in my bed. I was just like, oh.
Playing my PlayStation.
Like, oh,
bro, you lost 2 games on FIFA on my account. What the fuck?
But yeah, I mean,
Bris is about to crash out.
I'll never forget that. Like, as in, like, good times. Like, to me, I think about it now, and it's just funny. And I was like, bro, all this stuff was pointless. I should have just been, yeah, bro, just go upstairs. Fuck. Like.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, but you spent so much time working there and traveling and going back and fixing things that broke once you left where you were. Like, so it's like eventually you just get fed up, and that's with anything.
Yeah.
So, you know, basically anything like that, you know, like I think a lot of people in New York are like, yo, like Bris was really like the guy in New York.
I think I was just.
I remember posting that photo of Dre and Turo.
Oh, you said Bris really leaving. Yeah.
Standing behind the buying counter, and I was like, shit, I guess Bris really is leaving. I'm just like, yeah. Like, yeah, like, you know, like it's starting to set in.
Yeah, I just when I left round 2, and this is even before Syndicate, the fight for power at that store was insane. Like, and then obviously it went downhill. But yeah. Like, I remember people, like, when it came, like, started getting closer to my date of leaving, everybody was just, like, shook. Like, they didn't know what was going to happen. Tom Sachs are coming out this week.
Finally.
Finally. Hopefully I
Need
get
'em.
a pair. Probably pay resale, whatever.
Sure.
Why you didn't do
I didn't
your
do the
push-ups?
challenges. I didn't do
You
them. I didn't do them.
shoot your free
I
throws?
didn't do them, bro. I didn't do them.
I follow all this shit through Nelson, you know?
Yeah, he was doing them. He was sending me shit.
And then
every-
Nelson got the early pair, so I'm like, I guess there's no more jumping jacks or free throws or.
Well, that's not even his pair.
Oh, well, you don't got to say that on the fucking.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah. Our homie bought them.
It looks like they're his.
I mean,
pair.
they're his pairs. Yeah. Sorry, Nelson.
So I saw Nelson post his early pair.
So
like
you're
I
like,
was
oh, it's
saying.
well worth it.
Yeah.
It was well worth it. It was worth.
But yeah, you know how when the app dropped, I actually because I know he's like hyped on like the Tom Sachs shit, so I actually hit him up. I was like, yo, like you know, I saw him post the screenshot. I'm like, what's this app? This and that. He's like, oh, you gotta download it. This and that. So I'm like, all right, cool. I download the app and it's like, do all this bullshit for a chance to
get 'em.
win or a chance to buy the shoes in what, like October, right? Or September, it
Yeah,
said,
this
right?
month.
But that came out like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
No, it's been like 2 months.
Yeah.
of
I'm
challenges.
like, dude, delete app. I'll pay the resale when they come out. Like, how much could they be?
275.
They're $275 retail, but I think they'll probably be like right under a rack.
You think they'll get that expensive?
Right now,
They're at 15 right now.
They're like at 15, but everybody's willing to pay like 800. So like I'm gonna say meet somewhere in the middle. Also depends like who gets them.
Some stores supposed to get them too.
Yeah, and stuff
So,
like that.
so-
Stores are gonna get them,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Supposedly.
And then they're gonna probably do like a whole like activation in a
In New
few
York,
different
yeah.
places. And if they do an activation in New York, the price will
money.
definitely go
You
down
just-
a
you
little
just-
bit.
You just go outside and get a pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Which, is not always guaranteeing you to get a price better than what's out there, you know? But
No,
I'd
yeah.
rather buy from someone local than, I mean, I don't use any of, you know,
Yeah.
the apps to buy anything. So if I don't get a
Instant.
shoe local, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically the problem with like that green dunk.
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah.
yeah. Well, you would have had it last Thursday, if it was in New York.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I hit up a couple of people in Japan, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's like kind of hard to.
Also, it's just like
Negotiate.
I'm also a big fan of like instant. Like,
Yeah,
it's
no, I just want the shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Just,
even with the Tom Sachs. I'm like, when they walk into my life, great. After that,
yeah,
you know.
definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, you were
Definitely.
wearing the GPS. You said you.
Yeah, that's like well, what's the last like Mars Yard shoe that came out? It's the one with like the cover, right?
The overshoe.
Overshoe.
Yeah.
That was a hit in New York. I hated it. but
I hate that shoe.
That was. I remember everybody wore the fuck out of that shoe.
I never had the first Mars Yard. I had the 2.0.
Yeah, same.
I had it like somebody told me to like size in that like a half size down. They're like, oh, it runs big. And I had them for a long time, and then they shot up crazy in price. And I just sold them. It's not really an appealing shoe for me.
It's if you like it, you like it, but it's not like a universal shoe. I would say that's why I feel like market could tank because I feel like there's gonna be people that get it. They're gonna put it on and be like, "Damn, this shoe's overrated." Because a lot of people do see it as like one of the most.
It's not a very
overrated.
comfortable shoe.
Yeah.
You gotta
This
break
this
it.
one might be better because it's gonna have like
The carbon
running
plate.
technology on
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
Oh,
it's
okay.
$275 retail.
Why the other ones weren't that expensive?
200.
200. So the carbon plate in it's gonna make it more expensive.
I mean, I'll probably try to get a pair.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing that
I don't
hyped
think
on.
they'll be $1,000 though.
I hope not.
Maybe I hope not, but I'm gonna say 8 to 1,000.
What really like has retained value like that in a sneaker?
Nigel's.
Nigel's, the bricks.
One shoe. and that's a great shoe.
Black Metallic 5s.
Yeah, Black Metallic.
Another great shoe.
Yeah.
That's
But-
like, you know, thank God that a shoe
Even-
like that and like an Air Max 95 Neon
Oh,
like
yeah, those are
are
good.
actually
Neons.
going for like decent money, because you would think that something like
But
that SB 95 would be like sitting around like, you know, like $400 maybe. Like
But even that, I think sitting at 250 is fair for that shoe.
that sucks.
I think it's great
I think that sucks.
because it's like it's attainable.
I think that's the good part.
Mm-hmm.
I think the bad part is like,
And I see a lot of people wearing it, which is good for shoes.
sure, maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. You
The
know, maybe
Costins will probably be a little bit pricier.
I like the Costins a
Yeah, I
lot
feel
more
like-
though.
That's what I mean. I feel like a
Yeah.
lot more people are gonna gravitate towards that one.
And it'd probably be a little bit more limited.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like look at that blue SB4.
Oh yeah, that shit.
No,
is-
yeah, shit tank.
And it restocks every 5 days, bro.
It's crazy because like, yo, that's a great shoe.
Yeah.
It is. It's
You
nice.
know, like
Comfy.
if I don't think they should just keep like kind of running like that that aesthetic on the fours. I think they should definitely do like,
They
I'm
should've
cool
done a
with them
black
not
one.
doing like a retro colorway like SB4. Like I don't need a black cat SB4.
Do something new like the 95. Like,
Yeah, that's a good colorway
Yeah.
on that 95 with like the purple.
yeah.
It's, you know,
It's like
but-
Biotech.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like Biotechy for sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that's really good, but I think it should be, yeah, I think it should be priced. You know, I think the resale should have held a little bit. When the other SB options that are coming out are things like, you know, like that Supreme Dunk and like
That
I don't
football
even
one?
know any
Yo,
like
you seen the football
mainline.
one?
The football one.
Oh, the limousine skateboards
Yeah,
ones.
that one is bad, bro. You like it, huh?
I like it because I like limousine, because I like those guys, because those guys are cool. Like, it's like, you know, like it feels like a New York thing.
Yeah.
This kid Kareem skates for limousine, and he's also been spotlighted a bunch
That's cool.
in like the new Nike SB stuff. So I'm more hyped that like something like those limousine dunks spotlights people who deserve spotlight. You know, like.
So you like it for like the
brand.
and everything, which is great.
Yeah. Would I wear those dunks? Probably not.
I saw him yesterday and I was just like, ugh.
It's a black midsole on it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that almost instantly kills it for me every single time. I just
I just
don't really
think
like-
with the football upper, you could save it anyway. Like,
I guess on a white midsole it wouldn't be any better, right?
I mean, they did that. That what was it? The Pro Bowl Air Force One, like some years back. That was like basically the same thing, but with the white midsole. And bro, like that shit's still fucking ugly.
Yeah.
Air Force Ones. It's crazy to watch the fall off there.
I think
mean-
it's just like the timing thing, because you know how it is. It's like something's
when, like-
considered like to be in at the time, and like look at the Yachties. The Yachties are holding.
Yeah. How much are those?
They're like
6,
700 now.
yeah.
They're
Oh, like the
patent leather.
red,
Patent leather
green,
ones.
and yellow ones.
yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, they're fucking expensive.
I feel like in kids sizes, I was like at District 1 like the day after they came out, and they were like
They were
paying
cheap.
under
They were cheap.
retail.
No, they were
for 'em.
cheap. I remember
they were.
when they first came out, just because of what the white one did. The white one's sitting at 180-200 right now. So I remember we hardly ever get it, but this kid walked in and he's just like, "Yo, this guy just bought my shoes right out here." And he felt bad because he's like, "I was coming to sell to you guys," and I was like, "Oh, what you have?" He's like, "Oh, Yachty Air Forces." Like, that's fine, bro. I didn't really care, because they were going for like $200 at that
The
time.
red,
Yeah.
yellow, and green ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was just like, "Oh, whatever, bro." I told him, if you made your money, who cares? And then now
Right.
they're all shot up, and I'm just like, "Fuck." But regardless, it
It's
wouldn't.
crazy that those are $600-700 right now.
But
I
it's
had no
because there's
idea.
like nothing really coming out like that.
I mean, sort
I mean,
of.
there's a lot of good. There's a lot of stuff coming out, but not like good stuff.
DC, did you get a pair of those Escape Air Force Ones, the brown ones that they retroed?
Yeah.
We had
Really?
a pair come in here and they sat here forever. They're nice. I like them, but
It's a
just like,
great
I'm
shoe.
not gonna wear them.
Like that's a great retro.
Yeah. I think the linen's a great retro too, but it's $100.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Four of those. I love those.
But when Kith did it, it was like
So much money.
That Air Force One market at that time was crazy though.
Yeah.
Kith linen Air Force Ones were like $500.
Yeah, easily too.
Easy, fly. I remember
Yeah.
Taiwan's came out and stuff like that. They were
Yeah.
holding.
Yeah.
I feel like Taiwan's we could
I
still
feel like
push.
that was all based around like the off-white Air Force
Oh,
Ones
yeah.
being
People-
like stupid expensive and
But see, again,
unattainable.
I think that's how much like credit you have to give Virgil. I feel like again, I still think he's like very underrated in our industry, because if Virgil put it on in the fashion shows and all that stuff, it helped the market. Like if Virgil walked out wearing an Air Force, people wanted to buy Air Forces because they're like, oh, Virgil thinks they're cool, you know? And or Virgil Arc'teryx and stuff like that. Like, he helped the industry so much, and I feel like a lot of people didn't really see that because...
Sure, this guy had people hunting for black Iraq hats.
Yeah, yeah, that's... Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yo, where can I get one of those hats? I'm like, Iraq's website?
Yeah. But yeah, I remember, like, they didn't really know.
They're sitting on there. They're $50.
Yeah.
Go buy 2 of them just in case.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, again, even with his, like, sneakers here, I feel like now since he's not here, like, I feel like the off-white market, it's, like, very low right now. Except the iconic ones, like the Presto, the one. But, like, the Dunks.
I feel like I see those for, like, pretty cheap also.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I see Prestos around, like, not pretty cheap, but, like, not what they were at.
Yeah.
You know, like, I feel like they're, like, $1,200. I feel like you can get a pair of Chicagos, like, somewhere around, like, the mid-2s.
Yeah.
Which you'd think, like, the guy died. These shoes are never coming out again.
Yeah.
If Nike...
Supposedly you're doing the white one at the end of the year.
Yeah, but, I mean, is that the right thing to do?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I feel like you just gotta, like end it.
Yeah.
And low key, now after seeing the Air Force, it's probably not even. It's gonna say Virgil on the side too. It's not gonna say Off White.
Yeah.
It's just gonna say Virgil.
Yeah,
on
the
it?
Air Force,
The Air Force,
the
new Air
Sesame
Force.
one. It doesn't say Off-White. It says Virgil on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Is that like a colorway that he
It's about to come out.
came out with? Like,
No, I've never seen him wear it or nothing.
you know, then it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, no, that's why I would look forward to like the Off-White shows, not just to like for his clothes, because I don't really care for the Off-White clothes. I just care what I'm like. Oh, he got a crazy fit on today.
Yeah,
Sick,
sure.
You know, like
Yeah, no, he's wearing sick
like
shit.
even
yeah.
like one of the most iconic fits was the fucking orange TNF.
Definitely.
Like
with the Vans, right?
Yeah, I was just like, bro, it's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, and that same thing, the orange TNF shot up because he was
Sure.
wearing it.
Yeah. I was looking at that jacket the other day because that's actually what I've tried to sell the most of is my jackets. I just like, yo, like I want to get rid of all of these North Face jackets. Like they're so impractical.
Yeah.
Colors, patterns, whatever, all this bullshit. And I saw the orange one and I'm like, I should probably keep that one though. You know, it's just like a mountain light. The colorway is, I mean, the orange is loud for
It's
sure,
nice,
but
yeah.
it's like classic North Face though.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
Souza hated me for that jacket too.
Like he doesn't like the jacket.
No, so he
Wanted it.
he knew that I had the puffer, and I didn't really care for the puffer because I had the set, and he kept asking me. And when I met Souza, I guess he could fit medium Supreme jackets,
Sure.
and so he kept asking me for like a year. Sell me the jacket. Sell me the jacket. Every time I come to LA, because it was out here, he's like, every time I fly, he'll text me, bring the jacket. So one day he finally got to me where I was just like, you know what, bro? Fuck it. I'll sell you the fucking jacket. So I took it back with me to New York, and it was a medium. And he paid for it, but then after he was like, bro, this shit don't fit me no more. And I was just like, huh, whatever. But I remember he hated me for a while for that. Not hated me, but just like always gave me shit.
That was like it's crazy to think that people were going so wild for like that camo that came out with that orange.
Oh, the real tree camo.
Yeah. It's just like so plain. You know? It's like
Yeah, it just shows you the times because now you look at that jacket and I'm just like, ugh.
now North Face probably just like has that
pattern
like
Yeah.
on Nupsies.
Well,
and-
that's what they did with once the Supreme stuff came out, they started putting out like the orange regular Nupsi. That was, and even that we were selling it around for like $200 just because of the power of like, oh, you could get the Supreme one for a rack or you could get this one for 200.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's crazy is like I see all of these jackets come out, and the last one that I bought was they did like a suede Nupsi, which is sick because you know like in New York, like if it's the winter and it's not raining or snowing and it's just freezing, if it's you know like 30 degrees outside,
That jacket's
you could
nice.
wear that jacket with just a t-shirt underneath it and you're good. You know, like it's a really sick jacket. But besides that, they've all been like so lackluster, and now I don't think they're doing North Face collabs
Their
anymore.
contract ended,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, something like that, or
Yeah.
with whatever transfer of power, they just decided to stop doing them. But now, I just wear like a regular black,
Jacket. Yeah.
like thermoball North Face jacket in the winter, just kind of like every day. It's like,
Yeah, I think another thing is like we just saw it so much, and now we're just like, rather just wear something regular.
It also sucks when you see some of the jackets. You're like, yo, that jacket fucking sucks, and you see so many people wearing it, and you're just like, I don't even want to wear like any of these jackets anymore.
Yeah. Well, out here we don't really have that problem either.
Right?
Because
Yeah, I know, but fucking, you walk around Soho in the winter.
You remember
a couple of blocks,
the mountain jacket in Soho?
Oh well, I mean, you know, like now it's like more like so many kids walk around in that fucking Statue of Liberty jacket.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a hit.
I hated that one.
Yo, it's
Like
terrible.
I hated it, but that shit was a hit in Soho. Every fucking kid was wearing that
and it's
jacket.
like, yo, like the New York iconography is like great. Like, would I wear some shit with a Statue of Liberty on it? Yeah, probably. Like a yellow nupsy with just like the statue just like superimposed on it. Like
right in the middle.
I just, you know, like it's crazy how lazy they get sometimes.
Power of a brand.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But then shit flops. What do you think they think about that? Like these dunks. The dunks are probably under retail at this point.
See, but
Like the white and black
for
ones.
them, they don't care because they sold. They probably sold out.
You think so?
At store?
Yeah,
They sold out. They're not online no more.
Yeah.
But this is my problem again.
You don't think like the white and black ones are like sitting on a shelf in like Miami?
Maybe, who knows? I mean, they had SB Navy 4s sitting at Supreme.
That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, everybody who can't get a blue pair in Miami is like, am I really going to buy the white and black pair? Like those kids don't even fucking, they just got Supreme, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's maybe like 2 handfuls of people like down there in South Florida that really fuck with Supreme like that, you know? Like,
Yeah, but then maybe, I mean, for them it's good because now you have like, let's just say somebody that really wants to shoot could walk into Supreme and be like, oh, they're still here.
that's a hope and a prayer.
I mean, yeah, it is, but you never know.
And also a shitty situation for a Supreme dunk.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but we just posted it. It's funny, 'cause the comments are cooking on TikTok. We posted the blue Supreme dunks, and they were a rack. And then we put the new sticker that said 450 or whatever it said. And everybody's just like, oh, this is what they should be, blah, blah, blah. And,
Which blue Supreme dunk?
Stars?
Like the first one?
the
The
star,
set,
the low top.
Oh, the low top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those flatlined in value.
Yeah.
And that's a great shoe.
It is.
Like like all 4 colors are good, actually. I sold all of them except for the black and blue ones. Like I don't need like that green shoe or the maroon one
Bro,
anymore.
the green
but
one was
they're-
going for 2K round 2.
Yeah.
Insane.
Easy 2K.
Like flying, like people bugging
That's
about
a
it.
great shoe. How does Supreme go from making that to making this one that just came out? Besides the Hulk.
Well, let's just say they should have just released the 3-pack minus the 2 white ones.
Mine's the 2 white ones and 2
Well, the
way
black
better
ones.
references on the other ones.
Yeah.
White and black.
Yeah. They should have just not dropped
Hold
those.
off on the white and black.
Yeah.
Put out a fucking a Hulk,
Or maybe
a
like
wheat,
you know
and
how the Air
something
Force
else.
is always in stock. Well, their goal is to always have it in stock. Maybe you should just do the white and black ones always in stock SB dunks.
That's
But
horrible.
It's horrible for the resale, but it's great for them. You know, it's like, oh, we always have a dunk in stock.
That's a horrible dunk to always have in stock.
It's black and white. That's my argument to it. I think the black and white Air Forces are terrible too, but it's like they're always in stock.
That was like something that needed to happen for so long because that's just more New York coded than anything.
Well, yeah, I remember when we were at round 2, I would always say that too. I'm like, yo, they should have something always in stock.
Yeah, I mean, having white and black Air Force Ones with a box logo on the back, like I don't really wear white Air Force Ones anymore, just like a all white one. I think like the last one that I got was the new cactus plant one with like came in like the 4 colors, like black, green, pink, white.
Yeah.
Which one?
The new
Oh,
cactus.
the
the
cactus
Air
plant.
Forces.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. I blanked out. Yeah.
But besides that, I don't really wear like white Air Force Ones anymore. I never really wore like all black Air Force Ones. So if I'm gonna buy a pair of white Air Force Ones, I'm probably just gonna go buy a pair from Supreme. And I think that should be like that. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. Like I think like a white Air Force One should be kind of on the same level as like Hanes.
Yeah.
Because you could always go into
So
a
you're
store.
pretty much saying that you don't want the dunk because of the legacy of their dunks.
Yeah, for sure.
So that makes
And,
sense, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like the one with the
Drill dunks.
The
though.
Joe dunk
Jewel
was
Dunk's
terrible. yeah.
terrible.
Shits are ass.
yeah, oh you were giving me so much shit for that.
The BK6s.
You're like, yo, this is the BK whatever, 5, 6, whatever number we were up to
So
at that point.
people don't know, BK had like this. He loved all the Supreme shoes, and I would always hate on them. So like a Air Force 2 or like the Gato, so
Gatos
everything.
are fun.
Yo,
So
Gato's
anything-
set was
See?
I was in Miami at round 2.
So every time he would
I was
come
like,
in,
yo, I need all of these.
so he would come in wearing these, what I thought, again, terrible Supreme shoes. So I just started calling them like, oh, those are the BK player exclusive ones, the BK2s, the BK3s, the BK4s.
Good ones too.
So we would just
yo,
go up, and then
definitely.
anytime a new Supreme shoe would come out, I would send it to him. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
I think the BK8s are coming out.
Yeah.
So that
Without fail. Whenever I saw a really bad Supreme Nike coming out, I'm like,
Bris gonna hit me.
man, thank God I got a 3-hour jump on like Bris's like clock, because I know by 9 a.m. my time, this guy's gonna wake up and fucking rub his eyes and be like, oh, perfect, the BK8's coming out today. Remember, it was like the
The Gucci-
Trainer
the
3?
Gucci- the Gucci
oh,
Trainer,
man,
yeah.
yo, this guy was all over it. He's like, oh man,
Those shits are ass,
the
too.
BK8 is definitely coming out
Yeah,
today.
so every time I would see him, I'm like, oh, this is the BK6.
They really put out some terrible Nikes over the years.
You caught the Air Maxes? The last ones?
The black
Like
one.
the purple
Oh, yeah.
and no.
Yeah.
Why, you got purple?
I wish we did. I would sell it to you.
No, I mean personally,
Oh,
did you?
no. I'm not like a big Air Max guy.
I can't wear Air Max 1s.
Yeah, they're kind of a little too like.
They hurt my feet.
Funny.
I
Yeah.
could wear Air Max 90s and
I could wear 95s and ones.
yo, I
Or
was
90s,
never a
90s,
big
90s, yeah.
95 guy. And then when these new neons were coming out,
Yeah.
just one of my buddies was like, yo, I got like a few pairs of neons.
Yeah.
You just want a pair? Like, just like hook me up with a pair. I was
sick.
like, I've never really like worn 95s too much. So I put it on and I walked around for like a couple of days and I was like, wow, like, yo, 95s are like super comfortable.
Yeah.
At least like the new ones are. I heard they're like way wider now than they used to be.
Got the bigger bubble.
Yeah, they're comfy.
Yeah. And then I really like the colorway on the SB one. So
Yeah.
I just never really been like I never really stuck to like the script on like the Air Max thing. Like I would always like try random ones, buy this, buy that. Yeah. I think some of the like most comfortable Air Maxes are like the 93s, like the one that has like the sock liner that you kind of just like slip into, the
Yeah.
menthol ones.
Yeah.
I love that shoe.
Those look a little sleeker. Than like
Those
some
that's like one of my favorite Air Max shoes. Menthol Air Max 93. The Air Max 180s are super comfortable. What's that colorway that's super popular? It's
PMs.
The opium, the marine.
the Marine,
Yeah,
right?
that
It's
one's
like
good.
pink and
Yeah.
got a couple different colors. I
Even
think,
the CDGs did great too.
Yeah.
yeah, those CDG ones are like the black and pink,
Yeah.
white and pink, all pink.
Those shits went triple platinum.
The 180 is a super comfortable shoe.
That's probably my favorite Air Max.
Yeah, like
Oh,
yo,
yeah.
I think that one's good because it's sleek and nice.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
bless somebody who could wear a pair of Air Max 97s.
Oh, bro, it's just killed my feet. I wore the silver bullet, the last one, and my foot was.
Bro, that's the toe killer.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
just
I think that shoe's so nice, the 97, the silver bullet, but then you put it on
and
you're
the
like,
gold one
yeah.
also. They're beautiful shoes. Yeah.
And those
I
all-
even
the
think a lot of
off-white
those
ones fit like
98s are
shit
really
too,
good.
bro.
That was probably a BK model for you
Which
too.
one?
When the
98s?
Supreme did the 98.
Oh, yeah,
The
that was-
snake skin, you're
yeah.
like, oh yeah.
I remember Sean gave us all pairs when we worked there because he got every pair possible.
I like
They-
the Gundams as well. Those are
yeah,
nice.
the Gundam's nice too.
Yeah, but the 98 is just such an uncomfortable
Yeah.
shoe for me. It's like, it's crazy that that's a running shoe, right? Because it's so stiff.
But it's also technology from back then.
Right.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
feel like the new technology is different, and that's why it's cool. Maybe the big bubbles, the 95s retooled for now. You get me?
Like I said, I think it's great that like a neon 95 has got some value behind it. You know, you could basically like double up on it.
Yeah.
It's a great shoe. Like I think shoes like that are on top of people's lists is like, you know, a lot of people say the Neon 95 is the best Air
Yeah.
Max 95 of all time. If that's somebody's, you know, case in point, then I don't like, it's good that that shoe's, you know, $350, $400.
But again, I think that goes back to like I remember when I first got into shoes. A year there was 3 or 4 shoes that were actually really good, and then everything else was just like whatever's. And again,
Right.
this year again with neon 95s, black metallic 5s. Now I'm like, oh, you know what? There should be like, let's just say now 6 to 10 really good shoes, and everything else just kind of sits around. You know?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't even really stay on top of like the Nike shit that's coming out anymore.
Me
You kind
either.
of see it. You
I just see it
people
come here,
get
and I'm
it.
just like, oh, sick.
Yeah. Like the New Balance shit, I definitely like. It seems like they do a lot better job of kind of like marketing it like as it's like about to come out and shit. With at least like, you know, like the artist shoes that they do. Obviously like the mainline New Balance stuff, which is still really good. Like a lot of the colorways are really good.
When there's quality to that shoe too.
Right. Yeah. And the comforts, you know, I don't really, I've tried a lot of Nike shoes on. I just don't think that any are like really as comfortable as New Balance.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's also like, for example, yesterday I wore my Vomero 18, just a running shoe.
Is that a comfortable shoe like the Vomeros?
Well, the regular Vomero, whatever, no, but it's old technology. But you wear the Vomero 18, which is like their newest 2025 sneaker for running. I wore it to the concert yesterday, and I was just like, bro, I didn't feel nothing because I had an actual comfortable shoe.
Does that have like a Flyknit upper, or is it more like
no,
is it more like the upper of like the?
It's like a Hoka, literally. Yeah. But again, it's like the newest technology on a shoe that's really comfortable. So
super big sole, right?
Exactly.
I don't mind the big sole anymore. I used to feel like it was like weird, but now I feel like it's like
because it's comfy.
Yeah,
and
it's like kind of like what's in.
Yeah.
You know, like it never really left actually.
Yeah.
Like the big sole shoes like came in, and I feel like they're still like just as prevalent as like sleek. You know, I feel like the most hyped like super sleek shoe now is probably like America's Cups again.
Oh, people love them things.
Yeah. That's like a super sleek shoe. I mean, it's not really
it's like literally narrow and
it's not like in line with like, you know, like regular priced like footwear, but you know, it is a
popular
like
shoe.
a sports shoe, right? Like a lifestyle shoe. It's not like a, you know.
Yeah.
The Louis trainers are super comfortable too.
Which ones?
Like just like the first one, like the regular.
Oh, the Virgil ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that
those are
number
good.
54 or whatever.
Yeah. I remember those were good. Those definitely had the streets in a chokehold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The white and
definitely.
greens.
The white and
reds.
greens, the bread, the white and red.
I like that though, man. Like, yo, like I don't think that
But I think that shoe again, it goes back to Virgil, like
Sure.
the power of Virgil. Because I feel like now you see all these colors and you're just like unentertained.
Sure, yeah, but like that's the Jordan
Yeah,
ones too.
yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's
Like I told you, like we don't need this. This is cool. This is cool. Yeah. Even this was such a terrible model. Like as in like the 85 cut.
I
It
hate
just-
them.
It just fit like shit.
I've sold every single pair that
Yeah.
I bought.
And when they were coming out, I was like, oh, finally, blah, blah, blah. And then you got them and you're like, oh, it's
They're so stiff.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like I had like the airship ones from that pack. I had those white and neutral gray ones. I had the black and white.
Yeah. So
Sold
bad.
all of them.
Yeah.
It's just you know. But in the same sense, like I think like that Lost and Found Chicago one, like it seems like they tried a little harder on that, right?
Yeah.
Like the materials are nice, like it's like a more like soft leather, you know. But still, I just hate that shoe.
See, but the thing is, again, look at where the Kobe's. There's this one. This one it sucks. I don't really like the colorway, but it's retooled inside where it's comfy. Like they did a pro tro to it, but I'm just saying, why can't they do something like that? Like retool it inside where it's comfy, and put it like on a Jordan 1. It's just like, but like supposedly a lot of people say this is not comfortable, but it's just like,
So what? The whole inside of the shoe is just
it's like a sick ass.
They pro-troed it.
They
so
pro-troed
it. Has
it.
the new, like new
New
technology,
technology, yeah.
like the React
Wow.
insole and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But they don't do it to all of them. They just pick what.
like yo, since like selling Kobe's only really, I just like LeBron's, Kobe's, just were never my thing. I never really got into either one of them. When it really comes down to basketball shoes, just like Jordan is just like my shit, right? But you know, I always would like grab Kobe's to like sell Kobe's when, you know, they were hot. I recently tried to play ball in those new What the Kobe's, and I almost fucking killed myself.
Well, the Kobe 8 is not that great to hoop in.
I like
A lot of people do like it, but I still
legitimately
think
almost
like
broke my ankle in those
4 to
things.
6 4 to 6 are like the best ones.
I mean, I was like, yo, like I usually play in Jordans, which I know sounds crazy, but I just love playing in like 3s and 4s.
I still remember when we hooped. That shit was funny.
When you, me, and Tyler hooped,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was like you and me taking it really seriously, and I think Tyler just won by like not doing anything.
Yeah. But I remember like I was actually surprised how good you were.
I play ball
Yeah,
2
no,
to 3 times a week now, even,
Yeah,
you know?
but it
like-
was just funny because you were literally like Tim Duncan, like fundamental, Like literally,
You know what?
He knew how to pick his spots, bro. Like he knew, like, all
Thank
right.
you for that comparison.
Yeah,
I
I
really
would say-
appreciate that.
And
Most people say Greg Ostertag.
I want to say Tim
but,
Duncan.
Tim Duncan's way better, you know. Like
Yeah, I remember when we hooped, I was
as long
just
as
like,
I'm not getting
I didn't
compared
expect
to
much, you know.
Porzingis, you know.
And he was like, he knew where to pick his spots, the mid range, little hook. Like it was just like he was hitting everything.
Yeah, so you know, whenever you guys want to start,
And I remember still that day, I was playing whatevers, and then I remember Tyler still to this day tells me like how much of a asshole I was. I was playing whatevers, didn't really care, and he was guarding me the whole time. And then when his girlfriend showed up, I started cooking him, and he was just like, "Bro, I hate you that like when Jenny showed up, you started cooking the shit out of me, but when she wasn't there, and I was just like, oh, you know, I guess it was just the ego thing."
yo, you know, so many fucking funny things that. Remember when we all went to that basketball game, like at the very beginning?
Oh, bro,
and it was LeBron.
And he came back and he did that bit.
Cavs.
Yeah, he cooked. So
He cooked the Knicks, and Mark was sitting there because Mark hates the Knicks.
Yeah, he
and
loved
Mark
LeBron.
was just fucking cooking me the whole time on that comeback. But the best part about that whole story is before we left for the game, when we were all smoking at the apartment. I know your favorite pastime. And I'll never forget this fucking guy, Alex, bro. And he was
the
just
guard.
sitting there, locked into his phone.
tripping.
I'm like, yo, what are you looking at? Yo, and he's like, yo, check it. And he shows me this shit. It's on YouTube, but he doesn't even have like the full screen going. Like he's watching like
The little screen.
On YouTube. And in the search bar, yo, I swear on everything, weed high visuals.
I remember that, bro. And we clowned him for like his whole lifetime or his whole like career span at round 2. We clowned him for that.
I was like, yo, who would even think to
I think I still-
search that?
I think I still
on
have a
YouTube?
video of him because my door that day was like cracked open. It like cracked open, and I see him from my room, and I'm gonna try to find the video. And he hits the blunt, and he literally goes into space, and then you just see him grab his phone, and that's when you guys started making fun of him for weed trip visuals.
Wait, what is it? What is it? Weed what?
Weed high visuals.
Yeah, so
I
I guess
swear.
he wanted to trip on his.
Weed high visuals. You never seen some, yo. Where did they find that guy? Like, where did they find him? And they're like, yo, this guy seems like the adequate person. Yo.
Shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. What is, yeah.
Yeah, shit like that. Yeah,
Just,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the guy protecting round 2. Yeah, show that shit to the camera. Yeah. Yo, make that just the background behind
Yeah,
me,
great.
Bris, and
The whole
DC
time.
the whole time. Just the weed high visual. Like, whoa, this is going to be a fucked up episode.
Yeah. But yeah, but yeah, I mean, that just again Russo, man. Like him taking it. That game was thinking about it. That shit was probably expensive. 15 people, good seats at Madison Square Garden.
Bro,
What's good seats?
Like I would say like 200s.
no, we were sitting low, bro.
Hundreds?
I feel like we were down in the
Maybe
hundreds.
yeah, we were close. Yeah, I remember, but I just remember him being
We were
like,
sitting behind the basket. I remember
Yeah.
the whole thing. Like, there was like,
Yeah, you're
all
right.
of us went.
Bro,
He's like, yeah, like
15,
everybody, let's
like
go.
15 people
Yeah.
to Madison Square Garden. That's just not cheap, bro.
No, definitely not.
It's for a
There's
LeBron
so
night.
many-
And LeBron,
LeBron, yeah.
Yeah, the whole time, dude.
You
Mark.
guys stayed the whole game?
We stayed,
Oh,
bro.
yeah,
They were down
oh.
25, and the Knicks fans were fucking loving it because they were up 25.
Ah.
And then out of nowhere, this fool went Super Saiyan mode. LeBron James started hitting
We sat in
threes.
2 different groups of people, too. So I was like, I'm not sitting with Mark because I'm not going to listen to this shit. This motherfucker was like 5 rows down, like turning around, like, BK, BK.
Every time
The
LeBron
king.
would hit a three, yeah.
I'm like, all right.
And I
get it.
I clearly remember the next morning waking up, and LeBron posted his picture, and he put the king or whatever.
Yeah,
He's like,
this is king of the garden or
He's
some
like, this
shit,
is
of
my
course.
park or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like belittled the Knicks, and bro, I remember walking to work and just hearing because that was the cool thing about New York. Like you could hear everything, and just people picking up the newspaper.
It's crazy how the Knicks like set a tone in the city, though, right?
Yeah,
Shows me.
yeah.
Yo,
like,
now it's insane.
I bet, bro. I haven't
bro.
been since they were.
Now it's like some shit where like, bro, that game 6 against Boston, yo, the seats in the 100s were like $3K.
I believe it.
God
Yeah.
damn.
I got seats like in like the balcony of like the 200s, and it was like a crazy like panoramic view. It's in like the 3rd or 4th row, and those tickets cost me like $800 or some shit like that.
I remember
I went alone, and yo, these two, like young girls were sitting in front of me, like with their parents, and they were just chirping this fucking Boston fan, like two like
I think
15, 16-year-old girls.
that was the best thing about New York is like the heckling, everything you could
How bad
hear.
was it?
Bro, it's good.
Oh, bro, yo, like
The crowd is an experience in itself out there. Like it's good. I remember I went to Game 3 versus Trae Young, that series before I left. The whole fuck Trae Young thing, bro. The heckling, the shit you would hear in the stands.
Against Boston, like let's say like that like last minute 30 in the game when we're still up like 25, and it's like, yo, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna beat Boston. The fuck Trae Young chant started then. Game 6 against Boston. You know, they're like, yo, like on 3, fuck Trae Young. It's like, dude, Trae Young is like in the Caribbean somewhere, like on a boat, you know? And it's just like, he has like a little like twitch in his ear or some shit because 18,000 people are screaming, fuck Trae Young. It's got nothing to do with Trae Young. Literally nothing. Now Porzingis plays on Atlanta. That was a death sentence for him. When he comes back to New York with Trae Young,
Good luck.
oh, forget it. Somebody's going to run out on the court and just clothesline this guy. You want to ship with Boston, and then you went to go play for Atlanta. Jesus Christ. That's New York social suicide right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And that's what's funny about like New York, that it's like, bro, I always say New York is its own country. Like it's literally just like by itself.
That's so good.
But yeah, I think that's all we got for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thanks for
Thank you,
pulling up,
BK.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that was
you.
good.
Appreciate you. This is
Yeah.
cool.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Peace.
Later.